Hello, it's Judith here. Sorry, just adjusting the camera. I should have done that beforehand. I've talked before about how we develop these instantaneous habitual reactions to certain triggers in our life caused by situations, things people say, things that happen, and how they may once have been helpful, but they may never have been helpful, and how an awful lot of them are certainly not helpful now. So it's good to decide to be able to respond in a measured way to the stuff that happens rather than being triggered automatically by a habit. And one of the ways of doing this is by just taking a breath. In mindfulness, we call it a breathing space, just a space to think. Do I want to react like that? Do I want to scream and shout and get very angry or cry or whatever? Or would I like to think about it first? So taking a breathing space is a brilliant way of choosing a better way of dealing with whatever's going on, but also, if you keep doing it, creating a new, much more helpful habit. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's difficult to find a measured response. Stuff happens that really does make you sad, angry, guilty, whatever. And then we just have to not accept that what has happened to us is right or fair or good, but just accept that this is how it is at the moment for us. This is where we are. And that is true mindfulness, being with ourselves and with all those uncomfortable feelings and just accepting that if we try to push them away, they'll push back harder. And it's not a long-term solution anyway. We just need to sit with the feelings. But it's really hard to do, really hard to do. And I'm talking about it again because of my own recent experience. I woke up Sunday morning flooded with negative emotions. Sadness, anger, guilt, mainly sadness and anger. And I was switching from one to the other without taking a breath. And I found it very hard to get hold of it. And this happens sometimes. Now, it's really all part of my grieving process. And process makes it sound nice and even and easy, doesn't it? But it isn't. I find my emotions are very volatile. So they come and they go quite quickly. This lot all decided to come at once and to stay for a while. And the breathing didn't work, and I had to go for the acceptance, to just accept that I'm not at the moment as resilient as I usually am, and that these feelings are normal and natural, however uncomfortable they are. And literally just accept that this is how it is. And this is how it will be for some time, and I don't know how long. And there are things that I can do to manage it and make it possible to cope with it. But, pushing these feelings away is definitely not the right solution. And I think it was the thing that really hit me, because obviously this has been happening over the past few months, but this was everything all at once suddenly when I woke up. What on earth had happened? What was the trigger? Nothing. And it spread out from what it was, which was grief, into the rest of my life, really. So I think the thing that I didn't say last time is when you're in this acceptance phase, when what you're feeling is what you're feeling, and there is no way of having a measured response to it, and it's hard, but necessary to just accept that this is how it is. It's not right, it's not good, it's not fair, it's not just, it's not any of those things, but this is how it is. So in mindfulness and in other therapies that I use, the best way is sitting with those feelings, but sitting with the manifestations of them in your body. With every strong emotion, there are physical feelings. The easiest example is when you're excited, then you get those butterflies in your tummy. And that's often hard to distinguish between that and when you're nervous, when you also get those butterflies in your tummy. So it's usually the situation which decides whether it's nerves or excitement. But yeah, we get all sorts of physical feelings that relate to the emotions we're experiencing. And it's much more comfortable to sit with them in our bodies and just let them be there. Not try to push them away, because as I say, they push back. Not do anything with them except just simply let them be where they are in our bodies. Maybe opening up and making a bit of space for them so they don't feel so constricted. Maybe using our breath to breathe into them and just connect with them, but keep it in the body. And that's the greatest gift you can give yourself. That's the self-love, the self-kindness that you can do for yourself. And it's not the obvious response. It certainly wasn't my obvious response on Sunday. And it took me a while. And it's still taking me time to get to that point, to just close my eyes and sit and think, where is it in my body I feel it? So if I think about the anger that I felt again on Monday, it's all here across the top of my chest. It's almost as if I'm wanting to leap forward and hit something or pick something up and throw it. I don't know. So a very short introduction to something that it can get quite complex, but it isn't actually that complex. The difficulty is being able to do it and being able to allow yourself, to give yourself the time to sit and do it and to be okay with it. So that's a bit more about managing difficult emotions that can be triggered by all sorts of things. And often the trigger isn't related to the cause of the emotion, which is where the complexity comes in. But anyway, we'll leave it for now. That's my experience, and it's an experience I'm still going through. If you are experiencing anything similar, I would be very, very pleased to have a chat with you and just listen if that's what you need, or offer some advice and guidance. It's easier for me to work with other people than it is to work with myself, and the same will be true for you. So I have a coach, and if I need any other kind of help, I will go get it. And if I am unable to manage myself, it's considerably better today, then I will go and get some help. I've already had a coaching session, but if I need more, I will go and get it. So it's okay to ask for help. Anyway, please do if you need to. You know how to get in touch with me. And I look forward to maybe hearing from some of you, but certainly seeing you all again next time on the next video. But until then, bye. Take care of yourself.